Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out True Off My Chest. Story 1. I ordered a shirt from a company and didn't hear from them, so I did a chargeback. They sent the shirt and I feel bad. Early in June I ordered a shirt from an ad I saw on Instagram. It was $24 and I figured what's the worst that could happen. I ordered it, got an email saying order received and that I would get another email in 3 to 5 days when it ships. Middle of July came around and I realized I never got the shirt or another email. So I went back in my email and for the life of me I couldn't find the email they sent. Even though I clearly remembered reading it. Reached out to the company's support and they could do nothing without an order number. So I called my bank and had it charged back. Well, last Friday I got a package and it was that shirt that I had ordered. It is surprisingly good quality and now not only do I feel slightly bad for doing that chargeback, but I want to order another one since there were others I liked. Part of me wants to reach back out to the company and somehow offer to pay for this shirt that I have received with no order number. Story 2. I might have cancer and I'm scared. I'm 25F and I found a lump. I did my research, waited a few weeks, and when it was still there I made an appointment. I don't have the genes associated with breast cancer, BC, but 90-something% of BC is non-genetic, so it doesn't mean anything. The doctor was concerned with a couple of answers to questions and some things she saw, but it's probably nothing. I have an ultrasound tomorrow. I took a few classes on cancers and their development in college. I can talk in length about the stages and angiogenesis and promising new treatments involving nanobeads. I did research on BC. The odds of me having it are low. The survival rate is good if it's caught early, which I think it is, unless this has metastasized from somewhere else, which this spot would be an unlikely location. I am one of those people that needs to know every option and all the info to feel comfortable, and knowing is better than not. Dying doesn't scare me. I'm not religious and I'm no more afraid of no longer living than I am about the time before I was born. It's the fact that it might be expensive. I don't want to lose my independence even temporarily. I don't want to be sick. And while I'm not afraid of dying, I'd just rather not, you know. I get that all this is highly unlikely. I haven't told many people because why worry them for nothing? I just wanted to put something down. I can't wait until tomorrow when I'll know for sure, or at least know more. I don't care if no one reads this. I just wanted to say it all out loud where I won't be bothering anyone. Edit. Just realized I posted in True Off My Chest about something I truly want off my chest. Edit. It's a cyst. I'm okay. Story 3. Beware of people whose exes disappear without a trace. Truthfully, this is a pastime thought. But given the amount of heartbreaking posts over this holiday season, especially in the last 2-4, I'd like to leave my thoughts on something I feel I may potentially be experiencing too. My partner once told me a story about how his ex simply picked up and left. Locked him out of the house, blocked him, never spoke to him again, and how badly it hurt him. I used to often think it was so unfair and it made me mad that someone could treat him so harshly. But truthfully, after how he has treated me, the thought has crossed my mind more than once. Because every time I try leave, he just gets abusive. The most pain-free option would be to leave in the middle of a workday with no trace. It would be peaceful. But it hurts me so dearly to know I could be hurting him again. Hearing someone else's side, or a few people rather. Honestly, I think I am questioning what he must have done or how he must have treated her in order for her to have left a 2.5-year relationship in the middle of the night without a word. We are always so quick to take our partner's side. But maybe next time someone you're seeing says that, think twice. Story 4. I lost my VC and now I feel like I did something bad. Story 5. I've been drinking and consuming weed because I can't deal with life anymore. I've been drinking and consuming weed because I can't deal with life anymore. My parents keep alcohol in the refrigerator and refuse to throw any of it away. One night in the summer I decided I was going to drink to numb the pain. I drank once and loved it. Drank a second time and threw up everywhere and swore I would never drink again. But I kept doing it at least 5 to 6 times after that and refilled the bottles with water. I tasted it, the alcohol still tastes really strong to me. I hope no one notices, and this honestly keeps me up at night. So yet another thing to worry about caused by me. I even went so far as to re-dyeing the alcohol back green with food coloring because it was so diluted. I bought gummies from this one store and I've never been so happy and so scared from it at the same time. I loved that all my problems seemed like they were in the past when I took them. But they started making my chest hurt, so I got rid of them. I have a problem. And honestly, I'm a bit suicidal. But I don't know what to do. I'm 19, so obviously still underage to drink alcohol. If my parents find out I'm actually dead, they'd never let me leave the house again. And that terrifies me because being in the house is a huge reason why I'm so fucking depressed. I wanna die, but I don't wanna die at the same time. It's so hard, honestly. I feel like no one understands me and I have no one to talk to. Even my therapist. I haven't truly opened up to her yet because I'm so scared she will judge me. Even though I know she wouldn't. God, please help me. Story 6. I am so corny and lame. I was supposed to be better and more mature for my new job, but I messed up and humiliated myself so many times. I wish I could erase everything. I always laugh. It's not genuine happiness. I laugh in every sentence. WTF, I talk too fast and end up interrupting, I overshare, I panic, I do not show any kind of trait that is worth respecting. I despise myself. I really wish everyone could forget me. Story 7. Revenge cheating on my mind. Revenge cheating thoughts won't leave my mind. A few months back I learned my longtime partner, 12 years now, was cheating on me. Cheating has always been a non-negotiable for me. In past relationships I immediately ended things and moved on with life. Difference now, we have kids, we share a living space, etc. Stupidly chose to reconcile. Well, 3 months in and I regret staying. This past week thoughts of his cheating have plagued me more than ever. And now I keep thinking about cheating on him. I have never in my life cheated on anyone, yet I keep having fantasies of forming a relationship behind his back and getting the chance to feel the thrill he did many times before. The excitement of being secretly loved by another man both excites me and scares me. I will not act out these thoughts, but I needed to get them out somewhere, somehow. Time to officially walk away. Story 8. He said, "Here you are, sir." I had just come out as a man. I don't know how long ago I had, probably less than a year. I was sitting at the table with my family. I don't remember how it came up. I think I was correcting my mother on my pronouns again. She still thought it was for attention. I didn't look masculine. I had one of those asymmetrical pixie haircuts. Women's glasses. Probably women's clothes at that time. The waiter came by with our food. He placed mine in front of me while we were in the middle of our argument. He said, "Here you are, sir." He must have heard some part of it. We all stopped talking after that. I just kind of froze. It was the first time. I didn't get it at home, only in online spaces. Never in public because I didn't look the part. He heard something. He felt the need to stick up for me in the only way that he could. He placed my food in front of me and said, "Here you are, sir." The argument stopped and I simply sat there, trying not to cry. My family wasn't supportive at that time, but this random waiter felt the need to show just how easy it was when everyone else thought it was just too hard. I think about that sometimes. Story 9. I've noticed that my father doesn't wash his hands after he goes to the bathroom. I, F15, have been noticing for the past couple of months that my father does not wash his hands after he goes to the bathroom. My mom knows it too and she confronted him about it, but it just turned into an argument about how he washes them and she just didn't hear the bathroom running. But I swear to God I am damn sure that he doesn't wash them. I didn't hear the water run from our kitchen or bathroom once, after he went to the bathroom. And for the context, our toilet has its own room, so whenever he leaves the bathroom he needs to go to another room. But he just goes straight to the kitchen, where he also doesn't wash his hands, cause even when I'm sitting in the living room next to the kitchen I can see clearly that he has not washed his hands. And what's worse is that he cooks food for us. I've never been sick from his meals, but it still makes me disgusted. I am so disgusted by him. Story 10. I'm convinced there's one person who's in charge of audio leveling for movies and TV, and they suck at their job. Seems like every movie or TV show I watch I'm having to constantly lower volume cause the music is too damn loud, and then raise it cause I can't hear what they're saying. Whoever this person is, I want you to know I hate you from the bottom of my heart. Story 11. I was choked out unconscious by my male friend during sex. Was this assault or breath play gone too far? Okay, so this is a strange one. At the time I was female 26, and the male at the time was 31. I used to be on an escorting website. To cut a long story short, I had joined an agency when prompted to do so when I was younger. I was told I'd be very safe. It was very unsafe. I was sad, drugged with sleeping pills, and assaulted and coerced with violence while I was there. I left this agency behind and the lifestyle, and noticed I was being followed for a while by a really good-looking man. Not sure if he knew about my past or my time there, or if he had seen me there. Was traumatic, so I didn't remember faces. Anyway, I'm unsure what exactly this guy knew about me, but noticed I was being followed and just assumed maybe I caught his eye. Times were difficult and I've had a hard life, so I went back to escorting, but this time on my own, which was much safer. I always made an alter ego online, so fake occupation, name, and job. A guy messaged me for a meet. Seemed safe, and I noticed that it was the guy who had previously been following me in his car. Didn't mind as he seemed charming, was a lawyer, good looking. He was asking me questions but I was lying about the answers. Occupation, name, etc. to stay discreet. This guy knew I was lying and in a playful way would kinda neg me about the fact I was lying about my life. He would call me a lot to chat after initially meeting and having protected normal sex. We chatted for 3 years in total, but after the first year he talked about breath play and how it would turn him on to see me wriggle, convulse and orgasm after choking. He assured me he was experienced and knew what he was doing, etc., and we tried it a few times. I didn't pass out, but breathing was restricted, so slight choking, all consensual and good. Around the 3-year mark of us talking, he came over, and the last thing I remember was him leaning his arm into my neck. Not using his hand to choke, but his forearm just leaning into my neck with all of his body weight leaned into it hard. I was semi-unconscious and I was trying to fight him with my hand. The next thing I remember was opening my eyes and him using a toy on me, but vigorously and extreme. I wasn't fully conscious and my arm had changed position to just straight up above my head. He must have moved it there. My collarbone was hurting badly, and then the next thing I remember was him on top having sex with me, but I felt huge gaps in my memory. When I woke up on the bed he was calmly just standing there. He told me that my makeup was running down my face. I cleaned up feeling lightheaded, and looked at my bed, and there seemed to be a huge puddle where I had been laid. I confronted him because I felt lightheaded and told him I must have passed out because I didn't remember moving my arm. He said it turned him on the fact my memory was hazy. He said he didn't see me passing out, but I felt faint after. I consented to the choking, but not to something so extreme I pass out. My memory of it is so bizarre. Was this intentional on his part, or am I being dramatic? He never seen or spoke to me barely ever since the incident. He went from calling daily to basically very one-worded interactions. He doesn't seem interested in talking since this went on. I have never went mad or threatened any kind of nasty action. I'm extremely confused. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.